Teacher and the School Curriculum. Module 4, Curriculum Design Models. Reporters, Francine Marie Balputin, Aini Bantilan, Jovail S. Clang, Maylani Raginot, Samira Makajar, and Amirul Abo. Objectives. At the end of the topic, students should be able to A. Describe curriculum design models. Curriculum design models. Crafting a curriculum is like writing a lesson plan. It's like making something with different components in many ways and putting them together in a creative way. So curriculum design may also follow the following structures. Subject-centered design model. This design model, it focuses on the content of the curriculum. It corresponds mostly sa mga textbooks kasi textbooks are written usually on subject or the course which is being tackled. So this subject-centered design model, most of the school use this kind of structure and curriculum design which aim for excellence in the specific subject content. Because as we practice here in the Philippines is yung school hours is divided into different subjects. So we have mathematics, English, science, yung ano pa. So yung ibang subject na yun is fairly divided in 2 hours or they are given allotted time to discuss those subjects sa isang araw. Diba yung halimbawa no, sa kung maalala nyo, pag elementary, sa isang araw, merong 8 subject. Tapos, dinidivide natin yung 8 subject sa school hours na yon. Also, in one whole school year is divided into quarterly. Diba meron tayong first grading, second grading, third, and fourth grading para i-discuss yung buong subject. Because of this, may allotted time na ibinibigay. At dahil doon, we aim for excellence in the subject and the specific subject matter content. So parang mamastered ng student equally yung mga subject na yon. So this two, Henry Morrison and William Harris, these two were the believers of this design. And these are the examples of subject-centered curriculum where we have subject design, discipline design, correlation design, and broad field design interdisciplinary. So let's tackle first the subject design. Subject design is the oldest and so far the familiar design for teachers and parents and the other laymen. So this subject design, it focuses on the content. Kung ano ba yung context ng of what you are teaching, what are the topic you are going to discuss. So parang focus lang talaga siya sa content. So that's why it is the oldest and familiar design para sa mga teachers. Letter B, discipline design. It focuses on the academic discipline. Halimbawa, tayo mga education students, ano ang mga subject na kinukuha natin? 'Di ba? There are subjects that will teach you on how to become a teacher. Parang halimbawa, ako, education students ko, ako, so dapat ang kukunin kong mga subject is yung pang para matuto ako na maging teacher. And itong subject natin kay Sir is one of the example kasi we are learning about curriculum which is one way or important part to become a teacher. So another example, if engineering, of course, yung kukunin mong subject is about engineering. Ba? Halimbawa kung education na major in math, yung kukunin mong mga subject is based, tukol doon sa about mathematics. Okay? Next is the correlation design. It comes from a core, correlated curriculum design that links separate subject designs in order to reduce fragmentation. This correlation design is, kumbaga, you relate your subject or your fields to the other fields. Halimbawa, yung math, ililink doon sa science. Like yung algebra, kailangan yun siya sa chemical formular. Formular. Diba, halimbawa yung science na subject, diba sometimes may mga solving naman doon yung science. So parang ganon. Kumbaga, ililink mo yung isang subject doon sa ibang subject. Okay, next is the broad field design or interdisciplinary. It is a variation of the subject-centered design. Okay, halimbawa, yung science, it's a broad design na pag i-chop yan, merong chemistry, biology, physics, or natural sciences. Kumbaga, one major field or discipline chopped into subfields. Parang may sa isang subject, may sub-subject pa. So, all of this relate to the subject-centered design. Itong subject design, discipline design, correlation design, and itong broad field design or interdisciplinary. So, in college, it's discipline based. Itong letter D, discipline based. Kasi, halimbawa, pag lawyer ka, of course, lahat ng subject na kukunin mo is about law. Kung education, about how to teach, diba? So, yan. And sa basic education, pwedeng A, itong subject design, pwede ditong C, correlation design, and D, broad field design, interdisciplinary. Pero sa senior high school, pwedeng ma-apply itong discipline design kasi diba ang senior high school meron naman yung ABM, STEM, UMS, and GAS. Halimbawa, pag ABM, of course, yung mga subject na ibibigay doon is business or accounting or business management. So, that's all. That's all about the subject-centered curriculum design.
Good morning. I am Aimee B. Bantilan, and I am going to discuss learner-centered curriculum. Learner-centered curriculum, the learner is the center of the educative process. In the learner-centered curriculum, the interest is in the learner. The students are given more importance in this type of curriculum design. Most of the education experts and educational psychologists are in favor of this learner-centered curriculum. Example of learner-centered design is child-centered design. This design is often attributed to the influence of John Dewey, Rousseau, Pestalozzi, and Froebel. This is anchored on the needs and interests of the child. In child-centered curriculum means children take command of their own learning. Teachers are there to provide support and facilitate the child's learning, but children determine the direction of their own learning, following their natural curiosities, interests, and passions. In Rousseau views, instead of making the child stick to his book, keep him busy in the workshop where his hands will work to the profit of his hand. According to Pestalozzi, verbal system of teaching neither suit neither the faculties of the child nor the circumstances of life. Experience-centered design. This design is similar to child-centered design. Experience of the learners become the starting point of the curriculum. Learners are made to choose from various activities that the teacher provides. By letting the learners to discover their own learning experiences, the learners learn through direct experience from life situation. Humanistic design, the development of self is the ultimate objective of learning. In a humanistic curriculum design, the development of self is the ultimate objective of learning. It stresses the whole person and the integration of thinking, feeling, and doing. Humanistic design should be on the subject nature of human existence. There is a relationship between learning and feeling to empower individuals.
Good morning, sir. Good morning, classmates. I'm Jovail Glang, and this is the continuation of our report. Number 3, problem-centered design draws on social problems, needs, interests, and abilities of the learners. Example of problem-centered design, letter A, life situation design. It uses the past and the present experiences of the learners as a means to analyze the basic areas of living. Letter B, core design. It centers on general education and the problems are based on common human activities. The central focus on this design includes common needs problems and concern of the learners. So, this type of curriculum is based on life scenarios to let the students visualize like there are real life situations so they could connect their ideas in those situations.
Good morning, sir. Good morning, classmate. Ways on how to proceed following a core-centered design of curriculum, Fonse and Bossing, 1959. So, it talks about the problems. There are 12, and I will state the four, and the other is my group mates assign. A. The problem is selected by either the teacher or students. A group consensus is made to identify the important problems and interests of the class. So, it was agreement by the people to identify the problems and interests of the class. By that, it will be easy for them to know what are the problems of the children or what are their interests. C. Problems are selected on the basis of developed criteria for selection. D. The problem is clearly stated and defined.
Good morning, I'm Samara B. Macadiar. So this is the continuations of my LANIS report. Ways on how to proceed following a core-centered design of curriculum. Letter E, areas of study are decided, including dividing the class by individual or group interest, or the class is divided up according to students or group interest, and study areas are chosen. Halimbawa is sa BEd, no? So maraming BEd, so kailangan hindi sila pwedeng isahan kasi masyadong marami. So dinivide siya sa tatlong grupo, which is BEd A, B, C. So dinivide sila para mas maganda at mas maayos sila turuan. And then F, needed information is list and discuss. So kailangan nakaless siya, yung information is maayos yung pagkaless para mas maayos at mas maintindihan, or it is less and discuss what information is required. G is resources are obtaining information are less and discuss. Also parang same lang din sila, no, doon sa number ay doon sa letter F. So dapat naka-less and also discuss or in the last and discussion or of resources for obtaining information. Letter H, information is obtained and organized. Dapat naka-organize siya, or obtaining and organizing information. Letter I, information is analyzed and interpret or analysis and interpretation of data are performed. So, dapat binibigyan ng kahulugan yung at sinusuri ng maayos.
Next is tentative conclusions are stated and tested. This means that you have your tentative conclusion and you can check whether that conclusion that you have is correct or wrong. Next is a report is presented to the class on an individual or group basis. The reports that you have that are presented to the class, it's either through individual reports or through group reports. Next is conclusions are evaluated. This means that your conclusion formulated are evaluated whether it is correct or wrong. And the last one is the new avenues of exploration toward further problem solving are examined. This means that there is more exploration towards your problem to be examined. There's always a room for new exploration. So those are the 13 ways on how to proceed following course-centered design of curriculum, according to Fons and Bossing 1959.